Good morning. Once again, Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. I'm going to do a video this morning talking about current events as it relates to Bible prophecy. You know, God's prophetic timepiece is Israel. So the real prophetic time clock started back in 1948 when Israel became a nation again. And now, coming up toward the final 7-year period of time, we're going to see all the world events, all the prophecies concerning Israel coming together. And that's exactly what we're seeing happening every day in the news now. You know, Matthew chapter 24 talks about wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes, pestilence, and we're seeing that. And Daniel chapter 9 verse 27 talks about a peace agreement between the Palestinians and it's really called a covenant with many. But we're seeing it played out in the news every day right now as the U.S. is trying to broker this agreement between the Palestinians and Israel. So there's a lot going on with that right now. Israel is now strongly considering releasing another 400 Palestinian prisoners in an attempt to keep the peace talk negotiations going throughout the rest of the year. They were going to release 26, the final 26. Now they're considering releasing another 400. But now the Palestinians are asking for 1,000. Israel wants to release 400 more, and Israel wants to pick which ones they release. Palestinians say, no, we get to pick which ones, and they're asking for 1,000. So again, what keeps happening is the Palestinians keep asking for more and more, yet not giving up anything. And Israel keeps being the one that has to cave and give up more and more things, including their land, ultimately, for this peace agreement. And again, the Palestinians, by their actions and their words, show that they truly do not want peace. Today, John Kerry rushed back to Israel to meet again in an attempt to try to salvage the peace talks. And this morning, this is from an article out of the Jerusalem Post, and I will put the links to all these articles in the description box for you. But this morning, one of the leaders, the leader of the opposition, Isaac Herzog from the Labor Party in Israel, met with King Abdullah of Jordan at his palace in Amman, where they discussed the peace talks between Israel and the Palestinians. And the interesting thing is, King Abdullah said there is an opportunity now that will not repeat itself to reach a peace deal in the Middle East, and it needs to be reached so the current talks do not end in failure. You can see everybody getting more and more involved in this and pressuring Israel to sign this agreement. Again, when that agreement is signed, it's not going to be a good situation. It's really not going to bring on peace. What it is going to do is bring on destruction and start the final 7-year period of time. And this article talks about how this is a brokered deal by the U.S. Again, judgment's going to come on the United States if we broker this agreement and force Israel to part their land. Now, along with that, we've got North Korea yesterday fired, over a 3-hour period of time, they fired 500 artillery shells into South Korean waters. And South Korea responded by firing 300 shells into North Korean waters. Now, at this point, they're not trying to hit each other. But again, the situation is just escalating. Things are just getting closer and closer to war. And what concerns me is at a point in time where the United States is trying to cut back their military, we have Israel, our greatest ally, facing annihilation by the Palestinians, by the Muslim nations, by Iran wanting to get a nuclear weapon. We have NATO allies in the region close to Russia that could face threats with what Vladimir Putin's doing right now. We've got our ally South Korea being threatened by North Korea. And then we've got Japan, who in recent months has been being threatened by China. So we have a lot of allies all around the world facing possible war. And basically what we're seeing is we're on the brink of World War III. So what this really means is all the prophecies you read in Matthew, Luke, and Mark, and throughout some of Paul's epistles, are coming to pass. Daniel 9:27, the confirmation of the covenant, could happen sometime this year. So the real question is, are you ready? Time is short. The news is showing us every day that God's word is true. And I want to encourage you to make sure you're ready. Keep looking up. All the signs are here. God bless everyone.